So yeah, moving on from NBA talk, let's get into these Steelers. How right were we on the Steelers? I feel like I was big on the Steelers early, even when they hadn't played anybody. But especially as of late, you look at Mike Thomas coaching, you see Big Ben's consistency. Even when he doesn't play great, they're not afraid to win ugly. I mean, people say they play down to their opponents, but really they just play whoever's in front of them. So what can you say? We're talking about the Steelers.
As I said in the beginning, I thought that the Baltimore train was just going to roll over. Then I just saw how reliant they were on Lamar Jackson, and the Baltimore Ravens to me right now look exactly how Louisville did when he first showed up on the scene. His first year, he was new and dynamic. He burst out. He won a Heisman. He took them kind of far to a bowl game. Not quite there. Then the next year, he just kind of like settled back in as the people started to kind of figure out his little gimmick. All right, we got to play him this way. And then they put more pressure on him to pass the ball. And then his numbers started to decline. And then he was never kind of a Heisman candidate again. Then he maybe kind of a highlight on ESPN every now and then. He'd make a couple plays, but he just kind of faded into the blackness. I kind of see a similar situation happen where when he first burst on the scene, no one kind of knew what was going on. They didn't know how to defend him. But now that they've had a whole year of film to study, now they can prepare, and they're starting to come out and play him better, and he's having to rely more on his arm, and he's just not making the plays as of yet. That's kind of why I called him that, the baby Michael Vick. But yeah, Pittsburgh is just doing it with consistent play. Mike Tomlin's had 14 straight winning seasons, so obviously they've been doing something right. They're going to be around. They're going to be near the top. You're going to always have to contend with them, and just their consistency showing. And now they're just the most solid, not the flashiest, but they're the most well-built, well-run, well-coached team.
If anything comes back to haunt them, it's their lack of a running game.
And even that's still decent.
I mean, people say running game, but really isn't every screen pass or check down, like those are essentially running plays because the ball's coming out underneath and someone has to make something happen going uphill. Like
all I'm saying is they don't have a running back they can just hand the ball off to and say make something happen.
But then again, how many people do?
I mean, I feel like
that's why those are rare.
But I feel like several of the top teams do. Like
that's why they're top teams.
Top teams? You mean like Tennessee? Like Tennessee is not the team that the Steelers are. Even if you have Derrick Henry, they can slow him down. They can stop him. And Tannehill's not like Tannehill's very much like a Roethlisberger light, where it's like he's gonna play fairly consistently well.
Roethlisberger light.
I mean, he's just a smaller version of him. But it's like, I'm going to play well. It's just Roethlisberger throws for 315 yards because he's bigger, and Tannehill throws for 225 yards because he's a little smaller. Like, literally, just slows him down.
In the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can say whatever you want, but the combination of Roethlisberger plus people just running out there in front of him and him just being able to stand in the pocket and just,
deliver
make
those throws.
Something happen is worth it because they're like we already said, they're not afraid to win ugly. Like, they are not ashamed.